One of my favorite things about this super easy 4-round floral motif is because it has 6 points, it is really easy to join. In fact, you can join as you go because you can join 3 points on each of these motifs. So it's pretty secure, and even though it's probably not dense enough to be a blanket or a wearable, it could be a really beautiful tabletop decoration or a wall hanging. And I bet if you made this in a bright red and a green, it could look really festive for the holidays. To start this motif, we're going to start with a slip stitch. Place the slip stitch on your hook and don't pull it too tight because we are going to work into this first loop, but we're going to chain 2 first. Now you have 2 chains. We are going to place 12 single crochets in that first little chain. Don't worry, it will fit. I've done it a few times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's actually surprising how many single crochets fit into this chain. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now we're going to close this first round by slip stitching into that very first single crochet that you made. So this is what you should have after the first round. To start the second round, we're going to chain 3. That's going to count as if it's a double crochet. It's not a real double crochet, but we're going to count it as if it is one. And we're going to place a double crochet in the next stitch over. Now we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and place a double crochet in the next stitch. We're going to place another double crochet in the following stitch and chain 3. And we're going to do this all the way around. So chain 3, 2 double crochets, chain 3, 2 double crochets all the way around. So place a double crochet in the next stitch, place another double crochet in the next stitch, chain 3, place a double crochet in the next stitch, place a double crochet in the following stitch, chain 3, place a double crochet in the next stitch, another double crochet in the next stitch, chain 3, place a double crochet in the next stitch, another double crochet in the next stitch, chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Now join to the top of that first chain 3 you made in this round with a slip stitch. So just join to that top chain with a slip stitch. And this is what you should have at the end of round 2. I'm actually going to clip off this little tail here because it's kind of annoying me. To start round 3, we are going to start working into these chain 3 spaces. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slip stitch until I get into this chain 3 because this is the first one we're going to work into. So I'm going to slip stitch into the next stitch, just, moving that yarn along, and slip stitch into that chain 3 space. Now what we're going to do is we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. That is going to count as the first double crochet, and we're going to make a series of bobble stitches using 3 double crochets together. So this is what it looks like. So this is, in our minds, let's bookmark this as our first double crochet. Now we're going to yarn over and start a double crochet, yarn over, insert your hook into that chain 3 space, yarn over, pull it through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, but don't complete that double crochet. You have 2 loops in your hook. Now we're going to start another double crochet, yarn over, insert your hook into the chain space, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Don't complete that double crochet either. Now you have 3 loops on your hook, and we're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on your hook. That is a bobble stitch. Now we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to work another bobble stitch into the exact same chain space. So we're going to scooch that one over a little bit so we have space. So yarn over, insert your hook into that chain space, yarn over, pull up 1 loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on your hook, but don't finish out the double crochet. You have 2 loops on your hook, just leave them there. Yarn over, insert your hook back into that chain space, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and don't finish that double crochet either. Keep that last loop on your hook. Yarn over, insert your hook back into the same chain space, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on your hook. Now you have 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 4 loops on your hook. So in each of these chain spaces, we are going to work 2 of these bobble stitches. And in between each group of 2 bobble stitches, we are going to chain 7. So here we're going to chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Whoops, 7. Now we're going to work directly into the next chain space. So yarn over, insert your hook into that chain space, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on your hook. Now you still have 2 loops on your hook. Don't finish out that double crochet. Yarn over, insert your hook right back into that chain space, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, leave that last loop on your hook, yarn over, insert your hook into the chain space, pull up, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now you have 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, and pull through all 4 loops on your hook. I dropped part of my yarn. Here we go. Now we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. We're going to do another bobble into the same chain space. So yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through 2. Keep that loop on your hook. Yarn over, insert your hook into the chain space, yarn over, pull up, yarn up over, pull through 2. Keep that last loop on your hook. Yarn over, insert your hook back into the chain space, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through 2. Now you have 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 4 loops, and that is your second bobble. Now remember, in between each group of 2 bobbles, we are chaining 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Find your next chain 3 space. So skip those 2 double crochets. We're working directly into this chain 3 space. Again, yarn over, insert your hook into the chain 3 space, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now you have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over, insert your hook into the chain space, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now you have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, insert your hook into the chain space, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now you have 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 4 loops. That's your first bobble in this chain space. Let's scoosh it over. We're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. We're going to make another bobble, yarn over, insert your hook into the chain space, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. You have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over, insert your hook into the chain space, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now you have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, insert your hook into the chain space, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now you have 4 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through all 4 loops, and that is your group of 2 bobbles in that chain space. Now we're going to chain 7. 1, 2, 3, oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we're going to work into the next chain 3 space. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through 2. When you have 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 4 loops, chain 3. We're going to work back into the same chain space. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through 2. When you have 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 4 loops, chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Next, chain 3 space, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through all 4, chain 3. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through all 4 loops, chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In our last chain 3 space, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 4, chain 3. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through all 4 loops on your hook, chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Join to the top of your first cluster with a slip stitch. And that is what you should have at the end of round 1, 2, 3. To start the 4th and final round of this flower motif, in which we will also be joining as we go. So we're going to take this one slow because the joining part can be a little tricky to see on camera. But what we're going to do is we are going to work into these chain spaces. So we want to get our yarn over to this first chain space. So we are just going to slip stitch 1 stitch at a time until we get into that chain 3 space. Now that the yarn is in the chain 3 space, we're going to chain 1 to really lock it into the chain 3 space, and we're going to place 1 single crochet in that chain 3 space. Now we're going to work in the chain 7 space, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be joining to the other flowers that we've already made at the points. So we're going to be joining at 3 points. We'll join here, we'll join here, and we'll join here using the points we're about to make on this flower. If that doesn't make any sense, keep watching because it will make sense. So now we're going to work into the chain 7 space. We're going to start by making 6 double crochets. We're going to wrap them around the chain 7. So here we go. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now at the peak of every petal you see there's this cute little nub. That is a picot stitch. I mean, it's barely a stitch. It's really easy to make. A picot stitch is when you chain 3 and then you slip stitch into the first of those 3 chains that you just made. So here's a picot stitch. We are not going to be joining with this petal because I want to show you the picot first. We'll join starting with the second petal. So a picot stitch is chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to slip stitch into that first of those 3 chains you just made. It just sort of doubles it in on itself. And that is a picot stitch. It doesn't really look like much now, but once we finish the petal, it will look like something. Now we're going to place 6 more double crochets in the second half of this chain 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you can see, this is the first petal, and the picot stitch gives a very satisfying and cute little bump peak at the end of the petal. So it makes it super pretty, super cute. Next up, we have a chain 3 space. And what we're going to do is we're going to place a single crochet into that chain 3 space, and then we're done with it. So next petal is the same as the previous petal we did, except this time we are going to start joining to the other floral motifs. So we're going to start the same way. We're going to do 6 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now the picot stitch is 3 chains, so we're going to join in the second chain because it's in the middle. So we're going to make 1 chain. Now the second chain, what we're going to do is we're going to go into the middle of a picot that we want to join into. We're just going to chain into here. We're going to grab the yarn and chain through the picot that we want to join into. And we're going to do 1 more chain, and now we're going to slip stitch just like a regular picot stitch into that first chain that we made in the yellow. Now we're going to place 6 double crochets back into that chain 7 to finish out this petal. 3, 4, 5, 6, and in that next chain 3 space we're going to place 1 single crochet. Now let's take a look at what we've done. So you see how it's now joined to the picot in the cream colored flower here. Our next join is going to be at this spot where the pink and the cream color flower are joined. We are going to join into that join. So let's start working into the next chain 7 space, just like we've done before. 6 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the picot stitch is 3 chains. We're going to chain 1, and we're going to join the second chain into the top of this cream color petal, and the third chain and the third chain into the top of this picot petal. Now this is, I think you could probably pry apart these picot stitches and find the exact middle. I don't think it's that important. I think as long as you just join it somewhere in there, it's fine. I wouldn't stress out about exactly joining directly in the center of those chain threes, just because it'll just create a lot more headache for you. So we've chained one. Now we're going to go into the cream picot stitch, and we're going to chain one. That's our chain, that's our second chain. And we have one more chain in this picot stitch, and we're going to go into the top of this pink picot stitch just to make the join extra secure. So let's find a center as closest to center as we can get. We're going to make our third chain there. And now we're going to slip stitch into that first chain in yellow that we made. And it should be pretty secure this way. Now we're going to continue with this yellow petal in that chain 7 with 6 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now there's a chain 3 space here. Let's just put a single crochet there. So lock everything down and let's take a look at what we've got. So now we've joined that second petal to both the cream colored flower and the pink flower, and joining at 2 spots just makes it a little bit more secure, which is why I like doing it. You could probably get away with just joining to 1 flower. I think it'll hold together fine, but I think just to make it extra secure. All right, let's keep going. We have one more join here, and what we're going to do here with the next petal is we're going to join it to the picot stitch here in the pink flower. So let's start this petal just like we started all the other ones with 6 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now a picot stitch, remember, is 3 chains, and because we're only joining it to 1 flower, we're going to join it with the middle chain. So we're going to do 1 chain without joining, and then the second chain we're going to join to the middle of this picot stitch at the peak of this petal. So we're just going to try to find the middle. We're going to go through, chain or slip the yellow yarn through there and then back through here. And we're going to do 1 more chain. Now we're going to slip stitch back into that first chain that we did in the yellow. This is not the easiest thing. Joining as you go is not the easiest thing, but I really prefer it to sewing later. To finish out this petal, we're going to go back down the rest of this chain 7 with 6 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in the next chain 3 space, we're going to place 1 single crochet, and let's see where we are. It is really satisfying to join as you go, because once you've done the project, you're done joining it and it's ready to go, and you don't have to stitch anything together, but it looks so pretty and it's pretty securely joined. Okay, let's finish off this yellow flower and let's take a look at our work. So we're back at a chain 7 space. Again, 6 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a picot, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, slip stitch into that first chain you made, and finish off in that chain 7 space with 6 more double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In the next chain 3 space, we're going to place 1 single crochet. Now we have 1 more petal to do. Last chain 7 space, 6 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a picot stitch, 1, 2, 3, slip stitch into that first chain you made. Now 6 more double crochets in the remainder of that chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and to finish, we're going to slip stitch into that first single crochet we made in that first chain 3 space. And we're going to fasten off. I love making floral motifs because they are so fun and so pretty, and while they may not be the most practical things, I do think there's something very special about them, and they do make for great decor. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.